Almond paste, clag, Hallmark cigarettes crushed in the ashtray, Dad mows the lawn in a pink boiler suit, the Avril Binzer School of Ballet, calisthenics, metal rods, the stairs, the hairdresser, I'll see you at Burdene's, don't be common, don't throw your Bible, the chops chopped into tiny, tiny pieces, the terrapin bitten in half, the baby bath, the pampas grass, the dog dream with half his body squished on the road, head up and happy as Larry, the crow dream, the owl dream, the sprinkler, the slaters, the snot, the situations, the sailing boats, the subterfuge. So you found a chestnut foal roaming around Campbell Street, Glen Waverley. So you called it not thinking it would come, but it did. So you put it in the garden. So you closed the gate firmly behind it so it wouldn't get away. So what you just said wasn't true. So this is where I'm confused. This is where, I ask myself, am I blocking something out? Did some awful thing happen? So the urgent contrived Christmas lunches. So the paper hats cocked at zany angles. So the anger bucking and seething under the lace tablecloth. My father once chased Randolph Van Dyke down the street with an axe. Did he really? Yes, he did.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. I recall my father as half-deaf due to a diving injury, full of arthritis,
running the length of Campbell Street, Glen Waverley,
brandishing his wood splitter. In my memory, he was shouting. But that wouldn't be so.
He was a mild-mannered man.
And she says, well, and I said, what happened when we cremated you? And she said, oh, I got to the tunnel and there was a white light and I decided not to go through. And I said, what happened when you went into the burner? What's the word?
Well,
we've spent all the money, we've divided up all the stuff. And she said, I got to the tunnel and there was a white light and I decided not to go through. And I said, well, what happened when you went into the burner? What's the word? And she said, and I said, what's the word? It's not a crematorium. The crematorium's a place, it's a furnace. And she said, there was a white light and I got to the tunnel and
I said, my mother says, well, I need to get into the mirror.
There's a phone call from a lawyer. Or someone says to me, there's a very important call.
And
then maybe he doesn't say anything. And you say, I need to get into the mirror. And then you fall through the sink. And the last thing you see before you disappear down the plug hole is your mother leaning over the sink, leaning into her reflection. And it was very annoying. You were very annoyed. You'd sorted everything out. You'd got everything done. And all the time it had been a dupe. You say to yourself, what would it be like if every thought, word, memory, image, lullaby, success, failure, everything that ever happened to you was never forgotten, that you never forgot anything, that it all just accumulated, that favourite words like sockeye salmon and prestidigitator were always at the ready. And all his guts came out. You all start to die as soon as you're born. So your cells are constantly replacing themselves. So you're not the person you think you are. In fact,
I love God and
if you're middle-aged, you're probably only about 10 years old.
And cheerfully obey my parents, teachers.
This is a thought that I find strangely comforting.
So
You're just small specks in other people's memories. It's just the fact of it. There's no liking or hating it.
I
It
love
is
God
what it
and my
is.
country. I honour the flag. I will serve
When they're gone, you're gone. And that's just the fact of it. There's no liking or hating it. I think one of them had a nappy on, but that is also a weird thing because I have this ongoing image in my mind of people in my childhood, grown-ups who have nappies on. I think one of them had a nappy on, a Bedford van. I'm pretty sure it was a Bedford van. It was pretty trashy, stopped. And she said, Wesley, get inside. And she said, I love God and my country. I honour the flag. I serve the Queen and cheerfully obey my parents, teachers. And I said, just a couple of things, flimsy things. It was about a dog and a boy, and they loved each other very much and had all sorts of adventures. I think one of them had a nappy on, and that was also a weird thing. A Bedford van. It was a Bedford van. It was pretty trashy. Wesley, get off that mattress strip. And I said,